Bachelor Cooking with Double O. Tonight I'm going to make a nice gumbalai-like mixture of a bunch of stuff in a big pot. We're going to like it. It's going to be delicious. Alright, this is what's going to happen. First I'm going to make some rice. I'm going to put it in a glass dish. I'm going to cook it in the microwave. Then we're going to mix it into a pot with the hamburger, and I'm going to add some barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce is going to meld it all together, make it alright. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the glass dish here. I'm going to add 4 cups of water. 4 cups of water. Measuring cup. Water. Alright. Now it's going to call for 2 cups of rice. So I need to put the rice in the measuring cup. Undo this thing. Pour it in the rice. Two cups of rice and a little left over. Alright. Now you're going to want to take the rice and you want to put it in the glass dish with the water. If you do the water first and the rice second, the rice will stick to the measuring cup. But that's okay. Alright, now you need to put the glass cover on the glass bowl and put it in the microwave. You're going to microwave it on high for 15 minutes. Time cook 1500. Alright. Next, you're going to want to take your hamburger, you want to go and brown it. You're going to brown it in the skillet. You're going to take the skillet, you're going to spray some olive oil on it so it doesn't stick to the pan. Alright. Then you're going to take the hamburger and just flop it on there. Alright. Alright, well now when you're messing with raw meat, every time you touch raw meat, I touched raw meat. You want to wash your hands afterwards. That way you don't get other things infected. Or like if you're messing with your face, you don't get the raw meat on your face. It's all just So you're going to take your hands and you're going to wash them. Make sure you don't have your water on too hot, otherwise it will scald your hands. Alright. Alright, you're going to take your skillet and your hamburger, you're going to put it on the stove, and you're going to put it on medium high. That way it can start to cook. You want to brown your hamburger, you want to cook it up. Just take a spatula, you know, chop it up a little bit. It's just going to be ground beef. You're just going to mix it up a little. Now if you're like me and you like hot stuff, you're going to add some spices to this. I got some habanero salt. I'm going to add just a little bit to it. If I can find it. There it is. Just take a little bit of it and sprinkle it over the top. Make sure not to add too much, or otherwise it'll be too much to eat. That's not too much. Alright. I'm also going to add a little of this roasted garlic hot sauce because I like garlic and I like hot sauce. And it won't be too hot. You can start to hear it sizzle. So you just want to mess with it a little bit. Just keep cutting it up. Just stir it around. Get the spices mixed in. Get the hot sauce mixed in. But you don't want to mess with it too much, otherwise it won't cook. Alright, since I got a little time here, I got about 9.5 minutes left on the rice. The hamburger is coming to a nice browning. I'm going to tell you a little thing. I always wear a hat because it keeps the hair out of your food. I don't always wear a hat. Sometimes I don't care, but for you guys, it's safety first. I always wear shoes too. You can't see me wearing shoes, but you're going to have to take my word for it that I'm wearing shoes. You don't want your grease to splatter on your feet. You don't want grease burns. That makes ugly feet. You don't want ugly feet. Alright. That, and since it's also bachelor cooking, you might get a little parched while you're cooking hamburger, while you're cooking rice. And if you're a bachelor, you're going to have one thing only. Of course, you're going to have a beer. So feel free to drink while you cook. Alright, now that your hamburger's coming to a sizzle, you're going to take it, and you want to mess it up a little bit. That way it cooks evenly on all sides. When you're making ground beef like this, it's kind of hard to flip it over, so you just want to mess with it a little. Make sure it gets browned on all sides. Sometimes you have some escape. No worries, you can eat it if you want. I'm just going to throw it away. Beef. Sometimes people like to put a little salt on it and stuff. Splash a little salt, more seasoning. Alright, well, while the hamburger's still cooking, I'm going to throw some garlic salt, because I like garlic. And some onion powder. I don't really like onions, I just like the seasoning. Season this hamburger up just a little bit more, add some kick to it. Alright. Alright, since I got a minute and a half left on the rice, hamburger's coming to a nice browning. I'm going to turn the hamburger down so I don't overcook it. I still have yet to put it all in one big pot and let it cook a little longer. In fact, I'm going to take the hamburger off the heat. Just let it sit. Now you can cook the rice on the stove or you can cook the rice in the microwave, but I cook the rice in the microwave because it saves space, more energy efficient. I don't like to cook rice in the microwave. Got a problem with it? Big whoop. Rice is done. Alright. Rice may be a little hot, so you might want to get some hand mittens. Where you don't burn yourself, like I almost did. Alright. Now the rice is going to be hot, it's going to be steamy, so you don't want to, put your face in it when you open up the lid, otherwise it'll may scald your face if it's that hot. Sometimes it's not, but most of the time it is. Alright. Now since we're going to mix this all together, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I'm going to take the spatula that I used to cook the hamburger and I'm going to mix the rice up a little. That way, it gets all the moisture mixed all around the rice. This is a lot of rice. Alright, some people like rice. I'm not a big fan of rice. But with rice mixed in with everything else, it's going to be good times. Alright, now that the rice is done cooking, the hamburger's done cooking, I'm going to put everything in this bowl. This big pot, I'm going to put it in this pot. I'm going to put the pot on the oven. I'm going to add some barbecue sauce and let it heat up a little bit. Take the rice, after I get a mitten, and just dump it in. You don't have to worry about getting all the rice. This rice is kind of pesky. It doesn't quite like to get out of the glass bowl and into the pan. It's just annoying that way. Alright, now that we got the rice in the pot, now the hamburger. Just take the hamburger, just slide it on in. Now, you can take it, once it's like this, and just mix it around a little. Get the hamburger mixed in with the rice. You can get messy with it. It's okay. It's all cooked by this point. Alright. Alright, now that your rice and your hamburger's cooked and mixed together, take your next ingredient. Take your corn. You're going to add your corn in. Although corn, you're going to take my word for it, you have to drain the water out. So I'm going to take the corn, I'm going to drain the water out. Alright, now you can take the corn and just put it in the pot. Alright, now that the corn's in there, mix it around a little more. I'm going to turn the heat back up to simmer, a medium or a warm to low. Some stoves have a simmer, it's going to use a warm. Keep it hot, that way it's fresh when we go to eat it. Alright. Alright, now that the corn's all mixed in, you're going to take your barbecue sauce and put in as much barbecue sauce as you want. Just mix it in. You can use the whole thing, there's really no need. Although I kind of did. Alright. If you want a little juicy, you want to save your barbecue sauce, add a little water to it. Put the cap back on and shake it around. Now add that to your mix. Once you stir it all together, it'll be alright. Alright, now that the barbecue sauce is in there, you want to take it, you want to stir it around. Since the corn's in there and the barbecue sauce is in there now, I'm going to turn the heat up a little. That way the corn can cook. The corn is kind of pre-cooked. You just kind of got to warm it up a little. This looks like one big delicious mess. Now if you have chips, you can take the chips and you can dip it with this. After it's all done, eat it with chips. Or you can just eat it with your spoon or your fork. That's alright. Alright, since this is Bachelor Cooking with Double O, you know, the thing that I love the most is cheese. Cheese makes everything better. Since I didn't have any shredded cheese, all I have is a sliced cheese. This sliced, nice American cheese. This looks like it could use a little cheese, so I'm going to take this sliced cheese. I'm just going to fold it up a little. I'm going to throw it in there. Let it get pasted up a little bit. Cheese makes everything better. Alright. Alright, look what I found. I found some block cheese. That cheese just wasn't enough cheese, so I'm going to add some more cheese. That should be enough cheese. There we go. Alright. Alright, now this is a true episode of Bachelor Cooking with Double O. I just took random things that we had in here left over. We kind of limited ourselves to food, that way I could shoot this episode for you guys. I'd take a little bit of everything that we had and cook it into one meal. The last one, the first one, it was predetermined. That way I could show you guys how to make something special. But this right here, this is true Bachelor Cooking. Taking everything that you've got, put it into one pot, and making a meal out of it. This thing could feed an army. Alright. Alright. Now that it's done cooking, I think the cheese is nice and melted. I'm going to take it off the burner, turn it off, mix it up one last time, then we're going to go in for our taste test. Alright, I'm going to eat it right out of the pan because that's what bachelors do. I don't care what my roommates say, I'm just going to taste this thing and sample it. If it's good, it's good, I'll share it with them. If it's bad, I'll probably vomit in the sink. I don't care. Alright. Other than being a little hot, barbecue gold. Alright. This is Bachelor Cooking with Double O. I'll see you next time. Alright. I never cook the same thing twice.